So if you can't already tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about 6 points on how to set realistic goals. And I thought this was appropriate considering we're approaching New Year's and 2020. I meant to say 2020 and I was thinking of 2021, the year that 2020 was. I think it's easier for a lot of people now to go into the next year thinking, I need to lower my expectations because I thought 2020 was gonna be the best year of my life and it was the worst. I would encourage everyone to have the mindset of no matter what happens externally, I am still in control of my internal world. Meaning I can't always change my circumstances, but I can change how I think about them. Of course, these little 6 points that I'm going to go through apply year-round, but I figured with New Year's that this is a good topic to address. Number 1 is to make a plan. The 3 questions that you need to answer to make a proper plan is, what do you want? Why do you want that? And how will you obtain this goal? So an example that I'm going to use throughout all of these is I want to eat less sugar. The what would be I want to eat less sugar. The why would be because it would make me feel physically and mentally healthier, have more energy, etc. And how to obtain it would be I will do this by adding in healthier foods, cooking more often, snacking on fruits and nuts instead of sugary snacks, and on and on. With this, try to be specific. Enough so that it's clear what your plan is, but not so specific that you're restricting yourself before you even start doing anything. Because note, your words are important. A goal that states, I want to quit sugar, might not be the best place to start because it's too concrete. Try to avoid anything that sounds like can and can'ts or do and do not lists. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this later, but it can be a dangerous mindset to be in. So definitely be careful with the words that you choose. Obviously, there's exceptions to this rule, such as like an alcoholic who wants to quit drinking. That's a little different. But in general, making a realistic goal would include not making it too concrete. Number 2 is do your research. In my opinion, whatever your goal is, it's better to go into it knowing what to expect. Sticking to my example from above, that would mean researching withdrawal symptoms of sugar to understand that when giving it up, you might feel worse before you feel better. Also, this might include looking up foods that curb sugar cravings, such as bitter food. Bitter food will curb your sugar cravings. Also, this could be looking up sugarless grocery shopping items that you might not have otherwise thought of. And this all leads to my 3rd point, which is to mentally prepare. Mindset is everything. If you go into a goal with not just a plan, but with a mental preparation of how to think and what to do, you'll be able to stick to your plan a lot easier. For example, this could mean addressing an all or nothing thinking pattern. I would argue that a lot of people don't accomplish their goals because they're either all in or all out. So when they mess up, they give up. Something that helped me with this was writing a journal about my mindset and what I wanted to go into my plan with. Because just jumping into it with no mental preparation, you don't know how to address any mindsets that might get in the way. So with the example of sugar is something that through research I've learned it's easier to give up cold turkey because even a small amount of it can increase hunger hormones and cravings for more and more sugar, which does not make it easy to eat less of. And so that might lead someone to think that they just have to cut it out 100%, no tolerance. But if there's a party or there's a birthday or even just a weekend at home and you had a bad day at work, Allowing treats on those days, knowing you aren't ruining your plan, will actually let you enjoy unhealthy food and simply move on. And the next meal, you continue eating healthier choices. Basically, you won't feel like you failed if your mindset allows you to balance the good days with the bad days. Number 4 is to start small. A lot of people tend to jump from A to Z. And on January 1st, they go in and they go hard. And they'll binge whatever they're giving up and go from excessive to can't have it at all, which again goes back to the all or nothing mentality. I would say for most people, this is not the way to go. Obviously, everyone is different, but I think a lot of people, the better way is to either start early and ease your way into January 1st. So like with giving up sugar, start decreasing your amount, and then when January 1st hits, try to go a week without having any added sugar. Or you can include in your plan that on January 1st, you're going to ease your way in then, and you're going to start cutting back. Set your goal into baby steps rather than one big thing with no path to really get to the end result. Another good example that's really appropriate for New Year's is a lot of people will make the goal of wanting to work out more, and they'll try to go from working out 0 or 1 time a week, and they're like, I want to work out 6 times a week, and they'll go from 1 to 6, and that can get discouraging really quickly, or it's too much too fast, and you end up not being able to maintain your goal because you just jumped in head first, and you start drowning when you do that. Instead, try to build up to what you want to do. So if you wanted to go from 1 day a week to 6 days a week, then you could do 1 day a week and then 3 days a week, and then do 3 days a week for a few weeks, and then try 4 days a week the month after that, and ease your way into working out more. The other mindset around this is that it's better to do a little bit of something each day than not do it and try to shove everything into 1 day. So it's better to work out 20 minutes for 5 days a week than, oh, I didn't work out Monday through Friday, so on my Saturday off, I'm gonna work out for 3 hours. You don't want to really do that because doing a little bit every day is way better for maintaining a goal. And number 5 is to talk about it and find people to keep you accountable and to encourage you. It's been statistically shown that if you commit your goals by telling other people, you're 65% more likely to accomplish your goal. Then when you add in accountability to people about that goal, whether it's a counselor, a family member, a friend, a dietitian, a nutritionist, a doctor, like whatever it is, someone you trust and you know is going to keep you on track and encourage you, when you have that accountability, your chance of success goes up to 95%. So do not underestimate the power of company and check-ins. And number 6, lastly, be patient. If you've been struggling with a goal or you want to start working on something new, it's going to take time. That's why focusing on 1 day at a time versus a looming 365 days ahead of you is way less intimidating and a lot more encouraging and a lot more attainable. And if you're trying to break a bad habit, which this is something that I've thought about a lot in the past, and even now, is that if you've had a bad habit for so many years, well, it's not just going to go away in like a month. You can surely break bad habits in a month, but if something is really hardwired into your neural networks, it's going to take a lot longer to truly get away from whatever habit. So be kind to yourself and be present in the moment. I think a good way to think about it is to have a plan so that you know which direction you're going. But to stay realistic by grounding yourself in reality, and reality is right now. So where are you? Where do you want to be? And how are you going to get there? So to kind of wrap this up, I just wanted to say that I personally have used all of these 6 points in the past, and they've helped me accomplish goals that I never thought I could. Change happens truly from the inside out. Planning, preparing, and being realistic is key. knowing that it will be challenging, knowing it might take months to actually notice a difference in yourself, knowing you will mess up sometimes, or you'll have off days, knowing you cannot attain being perfect. Acknowledging those things and accepting them will give you so much more room to succeed. But ultimately, it's about finding balance, changing what you can and accepting what you can't. I hope this was helpful in some way, and if it's nothing new to you, I hope it's at least a good reminder going into the new year. This year was definitely difficult for most people that I know. I think even if we're afraid of what 2021 is going to bring, sharing positive thoughts and being encouraging and uplifting and trying to see the best in these situations will help everyone move forward. A new year is not a new you, but it is a great place to start to change, if change is what you need or what you want. But that is basically it for this video. I'll probably be talking about this kind of thing a lot. Maybe, we'll see. But happy holidays to everyone. And if you like this, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more, subscribe down below.